Hey folks, Jason here with another quick music theory tip. This one is in response to a request from Arjuna. Arjuna asked if I could do a video on the Lydian Chromatic Concept. Arjuna, thank you for this request. It is impossible for me to do a single video on this whole system of musical theory because it's exactly that. George Russell, who created this concept in his book, Lydian Chromatic Concept of Tonal Organization, is often misquoted, and a lot of his ideas are simplified or reduced in a way that don't really capture the essence of what he was talking about. So rather than trying to provide a grand unifying theory in one video, I'm going to create many videos on the Lydian chromatic concept in this series. This is the first one, and what I'm going to do is use Russell's words, basically say what he said. A lot of people misquote Russell and come up with their own interpretation, but really Russell, I think, was very clear in at least the rationale for why he felt the Lydian scale, which is basically a major scale with a sharp 4, is better as a foundation for tonal music than the major scale that we're more used to. Okay, so this is a direct quote from Russell's book. He says, "In the Lydian scale, it is possible to form all 12 types of intervals with the Lydian tonic also being the tonic of the interval. However, it is impossible to produce an interval of a tritone, augmented fourth, in the major scale on its tonic, or Ionian, do." All right, that's a lot to process, so let's break it down. So he says, in the Lydian scale, it is possible to form all 12 types of intervals with the Lydian tonic also being the tonic of the interval. The Lydian tonic that Russell's referring to is simply the first note of whatever Lydian scale we're in. So if we're in, say, C Lydian, the Lydian tonic is, in this case, C. Now, what Russell is arguing here is that you can form all 12 types of intervals, the various types of seconds, thirds, fourths, etc., while keeping the Lydian tonic either below or above the other notes in the scale. And he actually writes this out in his book. I'm going to go ahead and play each of these interval combinations. So first he has the octave, then the major 7, then the minor 7, then the major 6th, then the minor 6th, then the perfect 5th, then the augmented 4th, then the perfect 4th, then the major 3rd, then the minor 3rd, major 2nd, and last but certainly not least, the minor 2nd. Now keep in mind, this is just a small fragment from a very large book that explores multiple rationales for why Lydian should be the foundation of tonal music. I don't necessarily agree with this assertion, but I think Russell makes some really good points, and this is just one rationale he provides for his case. Notice that I have the eighth, or octave. Notice how this has the Lydian tonic of C, if we're in C Lydian. Then he has both types of sevenths, the major 7th, right? So notice I'm able to play a major 7th and include that Lydian tonic, as well as the minor 7th and include that tonic. Both types of 6th, the major 6th, there's that tonic, and minor 6th, perfect 5th. This is actually a very important interval in Russell's book. We don't have time to talk about it in this video, but stay tuned in future videos for the importance of the perfect 5th and how it provides a rationale for this system of theoretical thought. The augmented 4th and the perfect 4th, major 3rd, there's that Lydian tonic, minor 3rd, major 2nd, and minor 2nd. Now, let's look at the second part of Russell's statement here. However, it is impossible to produce an interval of a tritone, or augmented 4th, in the major scale on its tonic, or Ionian do. So you might be thinking, wait a minute, you can totally find a tritone in a major scale, Jason. It's scale degrees 4 and 7. But Russell's argument here is that it does not include harmonization with the tonic. So there's no way, if you're only using the notes in a major scale, to create the interval of an augmented fourth while including the tonic. So again, this is just one of many, many rationales that Russell provides for why the Lydian scale is the foundation for tonal music and not the major scale.